message is today. We are all not Benins. The Benins who always want to lead but never want to be led. And as such, they created a seniority concept for themselves. So when you hear Arasore do Edo Odion, Edo Rasoroma, Edo Odion, let me say it in Esan language. Ada assist us is Edo Odion, Edo Rasisoria, Edo Odion. You know, I've been able to let us know about that concept, which is dominatory and supremacy concept. A people who don't want to be led, but they always want to lead. That is the reason for that proverbs. That is the reason they created that proverbs, and that is the reason such concepts. It's a fraudulent concept. And that fraudulent concept, they will tell you that we are one. And that we are one is mere lip services. You understand? They will tell you that they are one. They are one that they mean is for you to subject yourself unto them as their children. They privatize Benin to themselves. And they will tell you Benin descendants. You understand? When you see the list of Benin descendants that are brought out, when I was still championing the affairs of Great Benin emancipation, you know fully well that in a state that comprises of us all that are in that state, natural person will want to champion the affair of unity. Yes, that was what I was doing. And then the list, the Great Benin descendant list they brought out, there was no Edo there. I was the one that dictated it and put Edo, so that they will also be descendants. They don't want to see themselves as part and parcel of the descendant. They put it in a way where it will be seen as others came from them. So when you now see it today, that if you go and check the other one that Emerson drafted that, there is no Edo there. When you see Edo Esan, I edited it and put Edo. So when I was not talking about there should be no supremacy concept amidst us, which I see that it's not possible for these people to break away from, I just have to withdraw. I just have to stop being hypocritical to myself. I see a people who always want to lead, but they never want to be led. I see a people, the one that they mean is for me, is for you, is for the Michaels, the Essence, the Afemans, the Urobo, so on and so forth, to subject themselves as unto their children. So that is the meaning of Benin descendant, because Benin is privatized to a particular group of people. So when you hear the word Benin descendant, what I am saying now might not be going viral the way it should, but I am rest assured that people who are listening to me now, there are 1 million people. When I mean 1 million people, they will metamorphosize into 1 million people that will start running with this message and passing the message to the hearings of people. You understand? And before you know, people will start challenging these histories of the Benin. You understand? So remember, I told us the other time that we are all not Benins per se. You understand? Because when you say Benin, when you mention Benin, say Benin people. Let's just say Benin people. No other group of people will emerge apart from a particular group of people, the Edo people. When you say Benin people, the Urobo will not emerge and say they are Benin people. When you say Benin people, the Esan will never emerge, the Michael will never, even in that state, only that state that way, for example, that state, let's say, just say Benin people. So this Benin we're talking about is a concept that is created and privatized to a particular group of people and built history to subject people onto their seniority concepts. Like I told us the other time when I was talking about Idu, how no group of people can lay claim on Idu only. In other words, no one has the monopoly of Idu, because when a particular group of people see themselves as Idu, whatever it is, they want to tell you. So, I told us about Oni Idu. You understand? That is child of Idu. So, when you look at, let me say Africa, or most especially the southern part of Nigeria, everybody has stake in Idu. I told us also, because we should not always forget this, I told us also, it does not matter where this Idu stepped his feet first and started spreading its roots out. It does not matter whether he stepped his foot first at Ogbelaka Ring Road in Benin City. It does not really matter. You understand? Whether he stepped his foot first at Upper Iweka there in Onitsha, it does not really matter. You understand? Wherever it is, step his foot. What matter is the stake that every one of us have in Idu. So this is to say, if we, the Esan people, ought to do thorough justice to our history, we must not allow any history that always define the Esan people as children of Oba. When you look out there, you will not see any history of the Esan people that talks about the Idu. You see, you listen to the music I play to you now. You understand? The history of that Oresi means allegation. You understand? That was how that Ojiso dynasty dismantled. And then we, the Benins, or the Benin people today, cannot completely reject the touch of the Yoruba in the Benin monarchical dynasty of the day. You understand this? It's out there. The words are out there. When you hear Aye, Ayero, Aye is deeply Yoruba word. And then Aye is also used in Edo. The Esan don't use Aye. There are some Portuguese words and Yoruba words that make up Edo, but you will not find it in Esan. The Esan speak ancient Idu language, and for that ancient Idu language to be bastardized, the Benin have it in their proverbs to say Edunama Zese or Esan. That is bastardizing a people's language. You understand? So that theirs will remain as the number one, the senior. That is how they created the seniority concept. So they are not telling people that the Edo that is not properly spoken is what turns into Esan language. So, and you expect these Esan people to be smiling. And then you know that Esan son came out, and like me, tried to unify us together, but all I got was a dominatory system. You understand? All their body language, you understand, is all about dominatory system. If you are trying to say, let us donate money together and let us do something like this, let me say you talk about it in Nahoro, in Anthony Nahoro. Say, let us make a very massive rally in Benin concerning Anthony Nahoro. If we are to, as we are together, large numbers of the Benin people will not do anything concerning it. But just say anything about, they will support with all their money. They will support with all their money. But talk about any other individual that is not Benin person, and they know fully well that it's not Benin person, it will not trigger them, they will not fascinate it. You understand? So this is it. This is the body language we're talking about. So in another way around, they told us that Edunama Zese or Esan, in other words, the Edo language that is not properly spoken is what is Esan. And we know fully well how Edo became. And then I am an Esan man. I'm here to tell the world that Esan language is not a language that was put together yesterday. You understand? You will not see the Esan people using Aje Ayo, Dele in their language. You understand? Lots of Yoruba infusion is in there in their language, but it's not there in Esan. Although by reason of coexistence and by reason of intermarital relationship, you see other people that other part of Esan that are close to the Edo, their language is easy for the Edo to understand. Like me now, if I go deep into Ugbo language or Ekboma language or Iruwa language, they will not hear, they will not understand, they will hardly pick one word from it. Even like the music that is playing now. This is the ancient, no Edo man can interpret that music to you. No Edo man can interpret that music to you. So that is to tell you a unique people, a people's language that is unique to them, that was bastardized. That was bastardized by these people, telling people that Donama Zoisi or Isan. Now, let's now put that by the wayside. Let's now proceed. Talking about Idu, talking about the Edo people who don't want to be led but always want to lead, the dominatory system, the seniority system. They will come and tell you, when you are trying to educate them, to say, no, we are not, we should not operate in a unitary system where one is elevated above the other. They will come and tell you that even twins, where mama and papa born, one is senior one, but they will not be able to provide the mother and the father that gave birth to Edo people and gave birth to Esan people, and the Edo people came first in that conception rebirth. You understand? The Edo people became the first son of a particular family, and the Esan people became the second son, or the Afema people became the third son. It's not there like that. They are the one who structured this. You understand? To fit their supremacy. And in as much they don't want to drop this supremacy, it's going to fade. They are enjoying it now because of the monarchical political structure. But I tell you the truth, it's going to fade. I also want to use this opportunity, this very moment, as an avenue to also let us know that really and truthfully, it was so painful. Oh, it was a sober time when the British people, they invaded the Benin Kingdom. But I tell you the truth, that if the British people did not come as at that time, there was never a time where that kingdom would have lasted without us tearing ourselves apart. Because the people were subjected into dominatory leadership. We would have still rise up and fight war. It's a coincidence that the British came. But on the other way around, let's look at it. If the British did not come with their invasion, that Benin Kingdom wouldn't have existed up to this time. We would have tear ourselves apart, to divide ourselves, just like the Bende divided now. Just like the Bende divided. Do you understand? We would have fought ourselves and tear ourselves apart. The Esan people, if nobody left, the Esan people wouldn't have been able to tolerate them any longer. Because if you go back to history, you will see how harsh a people were. You will see how dominant a people were. You will see how they fight and make sure they trap the rotational kingship into a particular place that is called Oba today. Do you think if the British did not come and the people in that kingdom will subject themselves to that particular monarchical structure continuously? It was even difficult as at that time. Even within the Edos, they were fighting themselves. The Udo were not in agreement with them. Till tomorrow, the Uronibes, they don't pay homage completely to the Oba of Benin. The Afemine, as I speak with you, they just ignore them. They don't engage in argument with them. and they don't consult them in anything they want to do, the affair. They just go and do their thing.